Hey everyone, imagine if something so little could bring back so many big feelings. Well, today I'm here to tell you an unbelievable story. Dad, that waitress has mom's pendant. Millionaire dad freezes after seeing her photo. Stay with me because this tale is full of surprises, mystery, and a touch of magic that will warm your heart. Have you ever seen something and thought it was a secret sign from the past? I know I have, and today you're about to hear one of the most amazing secrets ever discovered. Once upon a time in a big city, there lived a kind and lucky man named Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson was not just any man. He was a millionaire who had built a good life for himself. But deep in his heart, he kept a very special treasure, a memory of his beloved wife, who we will simply call Mom. Before she passed away, Mom wore a beautiful pendant every day. This pendant was very special because it had a small photo of her smiling in a lovely design that made it a family heirloom. Now you might ask, what is a pendant? A pendant is a little ornament that hangs on a necklace. People wear them to keep memories close, like keeping a friend or loved one with you all the time. For Mr. Thompson, the pendant was not just a piece of jewelry. It was a window to his happiest memories and a symbol of the love he shared with Mom. Every day, Mr. Thompson would think about the past. Even though he was very rich and lived a comfortable life, he always wondered if fate would ever bring him a sign from his wife. Little did he know, fate was about to knock on his door in an unexpected way. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Thompson decided to relax and have lunch at his favorite fancy restaurant. This restaurant was a bright place full of warm lights and gentle music. On that day, he sat at a table by the window and enjoyed his meal while thinking about old times. In the busy dining room, there was a friendly waitress whose smile lit up the room. She was kind and polite and always made sure that every guest felt special. But what made her extra special on that day was the small, shining necklace she wore around her neck. It had a tiny pendant that glowed in the soft light. As Mr. Thompson ate and listened to soft music playing in the background, he suddenly leaned forward, his eyes fixed on that little pendant. And in that moment, he felt something he had not felt for a long time. The pendant looked exactly like the one that Mom used to wear. It was as if the memory of his wife was standing right in front of him. In a whisper that he barely understood himself, he said, "Oh my goodness! Is that really Mom's pendant?" His heart beat fast and he almost forgot to breathe. At that moment, everything around him seemed to become quiet, so quiet that even the clinks of cutlery felt miles away. You might wonder, how can a simple pendant cause such a big reaction? Well, treasures like these carry deep meanings. They remind us of lost loved ones, of happy days, of secrets shared in soft voices, and dreams once made. The little pendant was like a spark of the past, lighting up memories that Mr. Thompson thought were buried deep inside him. At that exact moment, Mr. Thompson's eyes grew even wider. Not only did the pendant look like Mom's, but right next to it, in a small picture that hung from the chain, was a photo of a smiling lady. For a split second, he froze. His mind raced back to the many moments he had spent with Mom. All the laughter, the hugs, and the bedtime stories they shared. Imagine watching your favorite cartoon and feeling a sudden chill because it reminds you exactly of someone you love very, very much. That was how Mr. Thompson felt. His whole body stiffened. He was frozen like a statue. The warm room suddenly felt too cold as he struggled with his emotions. The sound of clinking glasses and the chatter of other guests now seemed far away. All he could see was the pendant, the photo, and a rush of memories that filled his heart. It was as if the past and present were merging in a magical moment. This is an example of how something so simple can make us feel deep sadness and happiness at the same time. Have you ever held a toy or a drawing that reminded you of someone very dear? That's exactly the feeling Mr. Thompson was having. A mix of love, surprise, and a little bit of wonder. At the same time, every part of his body felt like it was saying, "Stop. Think about this moment." This incredible freeze was not just about shock. It was a moment of deep connection with his past, with the memory of Mom so clear and bright. Slowly, Mr. Thompson regained his voice and cleared his throat. With a trembling hand, he called out softly to the friendly waitress, "Excuse me, may I ask you something?" The waitress, noticing his sudden change, came closer with a look of gentle concern. In a soft voice, Mr. Thompson asked, "Where did you get that pendant? It looks so much like the one my wife used to wear." The waitress blinked with surprise and said, "I got this from my mother, who always said it was a gift from someone very dear. I never knew its full meaning until now." At this moment, everyone around felt as if time stood still. Even the busy kitchen and the soft clatter in the dining room seemed to pause. Mr. Thompson remembered every detail of the pendant on his wife. He looked at the pendant carefully and noticed the tiny details. The smooth curve around the photo, the shining metal that caught the light just right, and even the engraved initials that matched his wife's name. He said, "It must be fate that I see this now. I always thought I had lost a part of my heart when Mom was gone. Now here in this small pendant, I feel her very presence again." The waitress listened with wide eyes and a tender smile, knowing that sometimes little things can carry big memories. This conversation turned into a beautiful moment of sharing. The waitress told Mr. Thompson that her mother had always believed in signs and that some things in life were meant to be. Mr. Thompson, with a mix of tears and a smile, felt that the universe had brought them together for a reason. It was a meeting of two souls, one holding on to the past and the other bringing a piece of that past into the present. Their talk was full of simple words, kind smiles, and a deep understanding of how memories work. And you know what? Sometimes a shared moment can change our outlook on life. Now let's talk a bit about memories and heirlooms. You see, objects like a pendant, a watch, or even a simple toy hold a special place in our hearts. They're like little time capsules that keep our memories safe. In many families, items are passed down from one generation to another. They often come with stories that teach us about love, loss, and hope. In our story, the pendant was not just a piece of jewelry. It was a reminder of the happy times Mr. Thompson and his wife shared. Every time he looked at it, he remembered how his wife would smile on a sunny day and how she used to laugh at silly jokes. He also remembered the kind words she said and the warmth of her hugs. Scientists and artists say that memories can be triggered by smells, sounds, and even little objects. It is like how a favorite song can remind you of a fun day with your friends. In the same way, the sight of Mom's pendant made Mr. Thompson's heart jump with joy and sorrow all at once. From a technical point of view, many pendants are made with special care. Craftsmen spend hours shaping the metal, polishing every edge, and even engraving tiny details. Modern machines can help, but sometimes the best work is still done by hand. The design on the pendant was a perfect blend of art and memory, a true work of love. I believe that every object has its own story. Sometimes we do not even notice it until one day it suddenly speaks to us. This story reminds me of those times when a book, a song, or a family recipe suddenly brings back a wonderful memory. It makes you feel like your loved ones are still with you, even if they are far away. The moment Mr. Thompson experienced was not just about seeing an object. It was about feeling a connection that goes beyond time. It was a reminder that love is never truly lost. It lives in our hearts, hidden in the smallest details. So what can we learn from this story? First, that even in our modern world, simple objects can hold magical power. They can make us remember who we are and where we come from. Mr. Thompson's story shows that even a small pendant can be a bridge between the past and the present, filled with love, loss, and hope. Second, sometimes surprises come in the most unexpected ways. Just when you think you have everything figured out, life gives you a sign. For Mr. Thompson, that sign was the pendant on a kind waitress's neck, which made him relive the warm memories of his dear wife. And finally, it teaches us to cherish every memory and every moment with the people we love. Even though we cannot hold on to everything forever, our hearts remember every laugh, every smile, every hug, and sometimes these memories will find us when we least expect it. Before we end, I want you all to think about something special in your life. It might be a toy, a drawing, or maybe even a piece of jewelry. Think about the memories it brings and the stories it might tell. It could be a secret link to your past and a treasure for your future. Thank you so much for joining me on this heartfelt journey. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing tales that mix mystery, memory, and a little bit of magic, please hit the subscribe button. Your support means the world to me and helps bring more beautiful stories to life.